Cari amici sportivi, welcome to your Season 2 opener of Red Card Weekly. I know it's been a while. Welcome back to Steve. Yes, here at Red Card Weekly we'll mostly speak about the SerieA, sometimes some international, sometimes some European. And yes, well, we're still not professionals, and we still not pretend to be. I'd like to say hello to my buddy Steve. Nella buona e cattiva sorte. Forza Milan fin con la morte. Polillo? And I am Vince, from Mario Balotelli to Jamel Mesbah. Thank you, Lord, for bringing us back our beloved SerieA. Tavernes. So, we got a lot of things to go through. I'd like to welcome back everybody. I know we had a couple of comments there on Twitter, Facebook, like supposedly we're popular. I don't know. I think maybe people are getting paid off or something. Yeah. But yeah, we are missing Francis. Francis right now, well, if I could describe the situation perfectly, Red Card Weekly and Francis is like Milan and Honda. We don't know if we're going to get him. Maybe we're going to get him at a reduced price for free.
Maybe we're going to get him in January.
Maybe we're going to get him in January. Who knows? Who knows? So we'll talk about Inter for Francis.
But one thing's for sure is we're going to get him.
We're going to get him. Yes. Our promise to you. So why don't we go through our scores for the very first week of SerieA. Let's have a look here. We got, obviously, Verona 2, Milan 1. All right, we said it, okay? We said it. We have Torino 2, Sassuolo 0, Parma 0, Chievo 0, Sampdoria 0, Juventus 1, Livorno 0, Roma 2, Napoli 3, Bologna 0, Inter 2, Genoa 0, Lazio 2, Udinese 1, and Cagliari Atalanta 2-1. And tomorrow, guys, there is Fiorentina Catania playing at 2:45. So, Steve, should we start with the first game of this week?
We're going to start with the opener of the SerieA. Traditionally difficult matchup for Milan, of course, going away to Verona after 11 years of no SerieA football. Verona and their beloved fans have SerieA back.
Yeah.
Not only do they have SerieA back, let's give a round of applause to Luca Toni, who after a year gone from the SerieA came back.
Well,
and
he was at Juventus, but he was at Fiorentina, but he wasn't really.
He never really played. That's it. A year or maybe a year and a half gone. Comes back, scores 2 big goals for Verona.
Can I rephrase you? Thank you to Milan making Luca Toni look good. Because obviously we can't defend from set pieces.
That's it, right? That's it.
But no, you know what? Good for him. Luca Toni, I think, you know what? We're writing on Twitter. We can't hate this guy, right?
No.
Luca Toni at 36 years old. He's got a great opportunity right now. He's going to be, a starter probably 80-90% of the time. The only thing I do have to say, Luca, I saw you a couple of times during the game trying to lead the counter-attack. Toni, don't sprint. It's not for you sprinting.
But I don't think Luca Toni ever sprinted.
Exactly. So it's like Andrea Pirlo. Pirlo jogs. He doesn't run. You got to do the same thing as Pirlo.
Well, we're bringing up Luca Toni just because he's been so important to the SerieA. Good times at Palermo, Fiorentina.
Yeah. They're good at Bayern too. He did Fiorentina, Juve, but he wasn't. Now, hopefully, he gets a great season with Verona and helping them keep it.
Now I'm gonna get mad.
Okay, now I'm gonna get mad. All right. You guys ready? Ready. Go, Steve.
Milan. Verona. Straight from SerieA B. You know that you're going to go into a very hostile environment.
Very.
Verona. They have a striker. They play the one striker, and that striker was Luca Toni. The only thing you had to do was try to stop him from getting anything in the air.
God forbid we try to stop him.
And of course, game plan flawed. We see that Milan is having a lot of difficulty when it comes to set pieces. All those set pieces become half chances or goals like we saw, and that's how we lose crucial points, especially at the beginning of the year. Maybe they were thinking about PSV on Wednesday.
You know what? I'm happy. In one way, yes, I'm disappointed. And the other way is just like last year, but I'm kind of happy that this happened against the newly promoted team. Where, you know what, guys, you need Galliani, Berlusconi, you need to do something. It's not because, you know what, I didn't want us to forget about the fact that these problems in defense. Midfield's okay, but to Tridente of Niang, Balotelli, and El Shaarawy was nowhere to be seen. And you know what, let's look at it against PSV. He was, he made an impact, he was playing, but Niang did not barely touch the ball.
It's because they all 3 guys bring the exact same thing to the table.
There we go.
They're very attack-minded players. They really want to have the ball at their feet. They need the ball at their feet to create multiple plays. And unfortunately, Allegri again I will have a comment for him later, which is probably going to be positive. But right now, I think that he did not react quick enough.
Yeah.
To how much he was lacking on the offensive side and the lack of urgency of all his players. A change had to be made much earlier than the quote-unquote staple rule where you have to make a change at the 60th minute.
No.
I think he had to make a change at the half and switch everything up.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, and unfortunately for Balotelli, and hats off to the Verona fans that yes, there are, you know, like every other city. I'm not pointing out Verona, but they are known for the whole racist chants and whatever. But they applauded him all game. They chanted his name in a sarcastic kind of way. And let's be honest, guys, it got to his head.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the way I look at it is, I love you, Mario, but you started this with that Twitter comment about Verona vi presente un bresciano, trying to get, you know, getting pumped up. But in the end, he did give them congratulations to Verona, because
and those types of fans, they exist in every sport. They exist in baseball, they exist in football, they even exist in hockey. There's hecklers everywhere. They get into the player's head, but a professional player should not make that.
Yeah. So Mario, you're throwing yourself on the floor, screaming at the referee, and the rumors that Mexes kind of told him off in the spogliatoio. I hope he did, because Balotelli, it's the first game, you're our leader, don't screw it around, okay? Let's go.
Just a little positive note before, I really admire Allegri's post-match comments where he did not say the traditional...
Did you just say that you are okay with Allegri?
I'm okay with his post-match comments,
Just
not okay
one day.
with Allegri.
Okay.
Yeah, just he's getting... you have to give credit where credit is due. And after the game, he did not say the usual, oh, you know what, we played hard, we were missing a bit of momentum, we needed to do something. He didn't create excuses. He said, I'm more worried than I am, I'm more angry than I am worried about this performance, and that's exactly what it has to be. Wednesday, PSV, Champions League, gotta make it, let's go, next subject.
We need $30 million. Juventus, the second game on Saturday. Juventus played Juventus style. They didn't, in the first half, you know what, Sampdoria goalkeeper, what's his name?
Da Costa, he saved the game. If not for him, the game would have been 5-0 easily at the half, and Sampdoria would be nowhere to be found.
They contained the ball very well, and they didn't capitalize on the chances the first half, but you know what, in the second half, you saw Juve what is capable of doing. And by the way, Conte, did you see that in the first half? Because it was raining, he had the hat on. And then when it wasn't raining in the second half, but it was really funny because the hair was flying all over the place. And
never mind Conte. Conte has a big decision to make. Right now, luckily or unluckily, Marquisio's hurt. So he gets to slot in Pogba with no problems when Marquisio comes back. Pogba and Marquisio are similar players, cannot both be on the field at the same time because of Vidal and Pirlo. He's gonna have to make a decision, and he can't sit Pogba at this point. The guy has all the tools and the actual the youth and the enthusiasm of the Juve greats that we've seen before. He's technical, he's fast, he's French.
But then again, do you, like, you know, if you get a crazy offer from Marquisio, you got to think about depth in the team, right? Depth, you got to get, somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, but
in Champions League,
Pogba, his depth is titular. The only thing that takes him out of the starting lineup is an injury.
And then if he gets hurt, who are you going to put in there?
They're going to find another way.
All right, we'll see. So Juventus back to its winning ways. We'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. And then we go on to, I watched today, because actually, you know what's really funny here in Canada? Because God forbid we get like beIN Sports and have HD soccer.
beIN is worried about, they're worried, beIN's pretty worried about some low budget shows lately, haven't they?
Yeah, they're worried about SerieA live radio. Was the guy? No, he wasn't from beIN Sports. He's from like another.
He's the Milan guy.
He's the Milan guy, but. On that second note, cheers to our buddies from SerieA Live Radio. Guys, if ever you like this kind of talk on Mondays, 8 o'clock on Radio Region, they got a great show. They do swear, which we don't swear.
Great show. Make them swear. It's okay, it's low budget, it's what we want. We're low budget, we don't make money for what we do.
Yes, but we don't go for Toronto FC.
That's the truth.
That's the truth. So, I was watching actually some great feeds on the internet. I was watching, I watched a bit of Roma, I watched a bit of Lazio, I watched a bit of Napoli. Napoli, I watched until the two first goals, and what I noticed from all the different teams, maybe Napoli was playing at home, but Napoli attacking. Callejon with the first goal, and here what brings to our point, guys. Insigne was on the bench. And Insigne is he's shown us what he's capable of doing. So what does Benitez do now? Like, do you rotate these two guys?
Well, Benitez is favorable to the rotation system where he likes to play a lot of guys in a lot of different times. They do have Champions League. Insigne will get some time, but I don't think he's going to be too happy starting from the bench. He's extending his contract, so he's making himself available to Naples, and he's going to be the Naples staple and poster child.
Yeah.
But I want to bring something up right now. Okay, my wife is going to make some noise because she's going to take something from underneath the cupboard. But what I'm going to tell you is that Hamsik.
It's okay, Sandy. We're live.
We're live. It's okay, Sandy. Don't worry about it. Hamsik, Napoli is Hamsik's team now. Before,
he played awesome today.
Before, it was maybe a bit of Lavezzi, had a lot of power in the team. Then after Lavezzi going to PSG, we had Cavani. Yeah. All his goals, and becomes Cavani. And Hamsik always played a very important role in Naples, but always a secondary to someone else. Right now, I don't care about Higuain right now. This team is Hamsik's team. Yeah. Today, he was Hamsik of... If Hamsik plays like he played today, all year round, Napoli is the anti-Juve.
Yeah, definitely. We had the Cagliari winning a game at home, which they weren't really playing at their home, but it's considered home. But good for Cagliari, they win 2-1 goals from Nike.
Very bad for my Parkway pool. Cagliari, I don't have a lot of faith in them, and they brought out the 2-1 victory.
But let's remember, guys, it is the first game of the season where everybody stresses out, right? Roma, I don't know if you guys saw De Rossi and Florenzi's goals. De Rossi had a screamer from outside the box, absolutely great.
Rossi!
And we had Rudi Garcia on the bench. Yes, okay, so we're gonna go with I don't know if you guys saw that. He said that the communicators, the radios weren't working anymore, so he just decided to pick up his cell phone and call the guy that was upstairs, like now he's gonna get fined. Rudy, this is not Liga, this is SerieA, you can't use your cell phone. Maybe there's a match-fixing scandal, you never know. Yeah. But Roma looked great, but I'm not going to start saying this is the Roma we're going to see all season because I did make the mistake last beginning of season, but it was great to see, and it was great to see how when Gervinho came in, how the formation, Rudi Garcia, actually changed the formation where Totti came back a bit more, like Bogano trequartista. They contained the game, and in the end they won deservingly. Deservingly.
This is what I have to say about Roma. For a team that's been going through a transfer window that is comparable to some of the daytime soap operas.
Yes, yeah.
I have to say it was a very, very well-deserved win.
Definitely.
The game, they didn't look like the Roma that we saw last year. They were not up-tempo, up and down, up and down, up and down.
A lot of possession.
A lot of possession.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's going to be favorable to them because, look, Osvaldo's gone.
Johnny Depp. Zorro.
A.K.A. Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Lamela looks like he's on his way out.
I'm not 100% about that one.
Lamela looks like he's on his way out.
Alright.
So there's a lot of turmoil in that team. We know that De Rossi has been rumored to be leaving. Doesn't look like he's going to be leaving again.
He ain't going anywhere.
Marquinhos, a.k.a. the new Maldini there.
Oh yeah,
he was 35 million. Okay. He's gone too. So I have to say with the transfer window, they've recuperated a lot of funds. Look guys, 35 million for Lamela. Please, you take that.
35.
They're selling Lamela for more than what we paid for Mario Balotelli.
35 you sell them. But you gotta have at least a player that's gonna replace him, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna have to spend. If they're going to sell off players and not replace, the Roma Ultras will not be very patient with Roma.
No, definitely. Lazio win 2-1 at home. They started off really well. Hernanes and Candreva on the penalty was 2-0. Then Udinese came back, but it was, at the end you could see there was a bit of hesitation from Lazio. Una partita sofferta ma vinta from Lazio. So, like we said last year at the beginning, is this the Lazio we're going to see every single year when they start off really good and then they're going to go through a little dump?
Same thing.
Where does Lazio finish this year?
Lazio finishes 6th or 7th.
6th or 7th. We're going to go back to these clips at the end of the season. 6th or 7th from Mr. Steve over here.
Look, Lazio, you have to respect what they do with the budget that they have.
Yeah.
It's a competitive team every year. They just can't take it to the next level. And we'll probably have Red Card Weekly Season 3, and we'll be saying the exact same thing about Lazio.
By the way, we are doing like a kind of a new format. We're basically going to concentrate a lot of SerieA. We're going to keep it nice and short. We're not going to do these 30-minute videos.
So watch the whole friggin' thing.
Calm, I told you to calm yourself.
No, I can't take Milan losing to Verona on day one.
We lost to Sampdoria last year on day one.
I can't take it. I can't take it. Sampdoria I could digest it. Verona I can't.
When I came in, I had a bottle of scotch next to him with a brioche on the side. I go, Steve, it's the first game. Stop freaking out. But this is the way it's gonna be. So that's why we need Francis over here. We need Francis to neutralize your anger and my delusional ideas.
Francis, you just reminded me. Hey,
Inter. We didn't talk about Inter.
We're gonna go through Inter. Inter's it's a funny animal. Let me tell you.
I watched the first half. I took about 3 naps in the first half.
Yes.
Non si capisceva niente on that field.
Terrible.
They put that possession. I'm gonna admit that. Mazzarri, I don't understand. Even at the 2-0, at the 91st minute, he's sweating. They're celebrating. He's sweating. He's going crazy. Inter, everything changed. Everything changed as soon as they brought in Icardi. They brought in Kovacic, and then you saw a little bit of Guarin missed so much. Guarin missed so much in the first half. Jonathan was, 50-50, but let's remember that they were playing. They played at Bologna, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was Genoa.
Genoa, sorry. And Moscardelli was there. Il bomber della Genoa. So I think we should all judge they played well.
Yeah.
But we cannot start judging Inter. Where we can judge Milan, we can't judge Juventus, and let's start playing one of these big teams and see exactly what they got.
No, but today we could say what we saw today. And
it was over 2 months.
Is a team, Inter, who this year will scratch and claw their way to every single victory that they get.
Remember,
they
guys,
will be the toughest team to beat.
Inter has no Champions League, no Europa League, so is that going to play in their favor? So we shall see how this goes. But today, I have to say that I wasn't making fun of Inter.
No.
So
yes. They got a 2-0. They got a 2-0 result, and you know that there's a lot of pressure on Mazzarri coming from Naples to an Inter who's not playing either Europa League or Champions League. But I think it's gonna work into his favor because look, last year, I'm gonna say it. I can't believe I'm gonna say it. We can't blame Inter's position in the standings on just Inter. Yes, they sold Coutinho. No, yes, they sold Coutinho and they made some mistakes in the transfer market, but they lost too many man games to injury.
That's true. You know what? Yes, we'll admit it.
And playing 3 times a week, that's gonna happen. Now, this year, not playing 3 times a week, what they'll have to evaluate on their end is if they're still getting these injuries, then there's a problem.
And happy belated birthday to Il Capitano Zanetti, which I always have the utmost respect for. Turned 40 maybe 6 weeks ago. And you know what? He's still going to play this year and he's still going to be great.
Vince is giving belated happy birthday 6 weeks later.
Hey, it's still a happy birthday, no?
Okay.
Alright, so I think we're going to try to keep it nice and short, about 20 minutes long. I think we're there right now. So as our tradition says, we are going to say about our Red Card Weekly, our Red Card of the Week. I'm going to go first because obviously Steve is going to start losing it and start smashing the table. It's your own table, by the way. Okay. My red card goes to all the Milan fans, to all the stupid Milan fans, tifosi occasionali, that come out and blame the referee. Oh, that was a penalty, this and that. Hello?
Day one.
Hello, wake up over there. Wake up. First of all, when you got a Balotelli throwing himself on the floor all game, and this is what a true Milanese is all about. You need to admit when things are real. Balo, if you throw yourself all game, you think they're gonna call? Was it a penalty, Steve? Yes, it was a penalty. But I ain't gonna call that. The referee this, no. We played like crap. We stopped playing after our first goal. We went on vacanza. Over there, on the lawn chair over there, taking the sun. We didn't do anything. Thank God for Poli for that beautiful game, but to all the Milan fans that were freaking out after one game, when I did it like last year, we didn't win. We won 2 games in 7, and we still ended up third. So please don't talk to me about referees. Talk about the defense, set pieces, and how much we need to be reinforced. And Milan, stop talking about no trequartista because we need a guy at central defense. I'm done. Steve?
My red card. Okay, it would have been easy to take your red card and give it to Rudy Garcia, who decided to pick up the phone and Facebook someone.
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay? It was gonna be easy to give it to Milan like you did there. I gave it to you.
Who are you giving it to?
I gave it to you because I could have got really angry and
you were gonna give me the red card?
No, I was gonna give the Milan red card for no urgency to get back in the game.
No urgency? Yeah.
Terrible defending. What I'm gonna give the red card to is this whole transfer window soap opera. I cannot take it anymore. I can't. I really can't.
Your wife can't take it anymore.
No,
either.
my wife, she could take it because she watches these soap operas. She decided to get back on the General Hospital bandwagon.
Which is just exactly like
Exactly, and it's exactly the same. Sometimes I catch myself glimpsing and taking a little sneak peek at General Hospital, and it's the same thing as the transfer window. It never ends, and no one is ever clear on what they want to do. Why the hell do I have this pencil in my hand?
I have no idea. Take it. You're okay.
The transfer window is to sell papers, okay? But the fans take it to another level.
Yeah.
And the clubs, they don't help either because they're interested in everybody.
Like Florentino Perez saying 100 million for Garrett Bale is too expensive,
100 million
but they pay 99.
99.
Honda. Did we sign him? Did
Where
not
have
sign
we
him?
come when Garrett Bale is worth, not only Garrett Bale, where one human being is worth $100 million.
Especially in the economic state that we are at
Exactly.
right now in Spain, everything, and especially when you think of we bought Balotelli, which nobody's gonna go against us say he's world class. We got him for 20 million in 5 easy payments. 4 million a year, but nice.
And
How's Garrett Bale worth?
Let's
100
go
million?
a step further. If Garrett Bale is worth $100 million, then how is Cristiano Ronaldo going to leave Real Madrid? What's he going to be worth? $200 million? Let's go another step further. If little Messi boy decides to leave Barcelona,
300.
how much are you going to pay to get this guy?
Red card to Real Madrid for setting a precedent because now you're probably gonna ruin the whole transfer window.
The transfer window is blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
$30 million for defenders who never played a game in the Champions League.
That's it.
$35
Sandy,
million for.
I think we're gonna need a coffee soon. When we
What's
relax,
going on?
relax.
What's going on?
All right.
Coffee. Someone has to give me something strong.
Take it easy. Maybe we're gonna put some sambuca in there. Guys, thank you very much for the first episode. We'll see if we'll get our free agent Francis next week. See you all next week. PSV, Milan, Wednesday.
They better make the Champions League.
Ciao.